It's a midweek matchup between two of the best three teams in the league. My name's Dayton Camo, welcoming you inside the RBC Center here in Burnside on High Button Sports for a Wednesday night matchup between the first place JL Ilsley Judges and the third place Woodlawn Panthers. Only 4 points separate these two teams in the standings, and the Panthers looking to climb 2 points closer tonight with a win here at home. Starting in net tonight for the Panthers, number 31, Parker Cool. And on the other end of the ice for the Judges, we'll wait till he turns around so I can see. But we're off here in Burnside. The puck's in into the Judges' end off the draw, but they'll work it back into the offensive zone. Now back come the Panthers on the attack. That's back to the point. Opong sends a shot through. That one's off a leg in front. Now back into the corner. This one's picked up alongside the wall, sent to the half wall, taken away. And now a chance in front off a skate, goes into the corner. The Judges work this one out to center. Now away go the Judges to center, goes the Judges had that one taken away at center ice, and now it's back into the defensive zone. Cross ice, drop back, shot off the pad, rebound sitting there. It's put wide of the net, back into the corner. Sent to the middle by Brownrigg, now worked up, a shot on, turned aside, and that's into the corner. It will be number 29, Michael McIntosh, in the crease tonight for the Judges. Hard to see those numbers from up here on these 90s style LA Kings jerseys. And worked back in by the Panthers. Sent in a big hit from number 19, Gregor Beach. As the Judges try to work it back up the wall, it's kept in and sent back in. Knocked in by Law deep, and the Judges will have to regroup. Working that to center as the Judges will take a shot on. Saved is made, and that's back into the corner. Now work to center. This one's knocked back into the Judges' zone. A save made by McIntosh. Now back to the point. Sent back down into the corner. Now back to Ferguson at the point. He'll send a shot through off a pad and into the corner. Now chip to center. Myra just gets a stick on that. It's put right back into the Judges' zone though. Sent to center. That pass unable to hit any Judges' sticks, but they'll say it's touched up. Out to the half wall, chip to center, away go the Panthers. Wren works to center. His shot doesn't make its way to the net. Now back to center go the Judges. Now Smith drops that one, and a shot coming in from Mahoney was blocked in front. Sent to center, back up on the half wall and sent in deep. This one off a shin pad, and away goes Clements. Clements to the forehand. That one swiped away. Maybe just getting a piece of that one was the stick of McIntosh. Now back in. Come the Panthers. A shot off the skate. A nice kick save there by McIntosh. Now to the half wall. Hit coming in there from Dane Morrissey, and this one will be sent right back into the Judges' zone. A long dump in there from Jack Pelham, but it's worked back out by the Panthers to center. This one squeaks outside the line. It'll be a regroup here for the Panthers. Opong sends it back cross ice. Now up to Morrissey. This one misses his stick, but the referees say it's touched up once more. Now McIntosh will play one up the wall. Opong comes in and takes that one away. A backhander cross ice, and they slam it home. Landon Opong slid one back door to Max Halliday, and that's the opener in this one. The Panthers have the lead. Now walking in against the Panthers, shot goes off the shoulder of McIntosh into the netting, so we'll get a stoppage play. 8:31 to go here in this first period. Not too many whistles the first part of that period, flying by. A pretty short first period, if I do say so. But that's coming from somebody who had the luxury of playing 20-minute periods down in the valley. Now this one's worked to the center. Back up at the point. It's sent forward, but unable to corral that one was Leo Matheson. Now it's chipped up the half wall again, back into Panthers possession. Now working in is Wren. Backhanded cross crease and swiped away back out of danger. It'll be back down into the Panthers zone once more. Picked up at neutral ice. Worked offside. It'll be cleared and sent cross ice now as the Panthers try to work it into the zone. Wren tried to collect that one. He couldn't. It's up onto the stick of Messervy. He's going to work in, send one cross ice. Intended there for Matheson, but he couldn't get a stick on that one. Now working back into the Judges, taken away, and this one will come all the way back to the point. Wren almost intercepts that one. Couldn't get a stick on that. Now he'll head off for a change. Now Kingston State's working through center. He's going to make a move with the red line, dump it in at the blue, and he'll head for the bench as well. Now a shot coming in from the point. That one blocked. Now a chance in front for the Judges. Backhanded on, and that one poked out of the glove. A quick whistle there. Parker Cool able to stop up, make the save, and keep this one 1-0. Face off, won by the Panthers, sent around the wall. Tobin has it on the half wall, tries to center one, a little bit of a hit there. Now a big hit at the slot. Provo sends his man to the ice, now wrapped back around on the back door. This one kept out by Cool. Offside as the Panthers touch up. They'll get back in on the offense. Down in the corners, Jasper Brown after taking that big hit in the offensive zone. Finney tries to clear that one. He can't get it out. Now Smith in the corner, putting some pressure on for the Panthers. Backhanded up the half wall. It's chipped to center by Tanner Finney, and he'll head off for the bench. Now sent down. Cool will stop up. Leaves it for Ferguson. Ferguson plays it up the wall, and Smith will send it in. Now Kingston State's working back up through the middle. Tries to make a move on the far side. He gets put into the boards by Maddox Siebel. Now State's back to the point. Shot comes in. Pad saved by Cool. Now back to the point again. Shot goes in. That's wide of the net. Pinching that one off there is Siebold in the corner. And the ref will blow that one down. And we're going to face off to the left of Parker Cool. Face off, won by the Panthers. Siebold plays it up the wall. A chance there for a Halliday to go away. Now taken away by Morrissey. He'll work in, throw one down to Halliday in the corner. He works back up to the hash marks. Sending one back down. And a penalty coming here to the judges. So the judges to the penalty kill here. Now the Panthers trying to make something happen, extend their lead here on the power play. Opong at the point. Across, the shot going in, that one's wide. Picked up by Clement at the half wall. Cycles down to Beach. Beach collides there with a man in front, but Clemens working in, try to slide it through the legs of McIntosh, but it's kept out and also kept in at the line. Now Beach trying to cycle one down, and this one gets past Opong at the point. He'll have to hurry back and set this breakout up on the power play once more with 1:10 to go on the man advantage. Opong goes cross ice. Now working in. Clements throws one backdoor, but out of the reach of Halliday now. Chip back into the Panther zone. Cool plays it up the wall right onto the stick of a JL forward. Now a battle along the half wall will be picked up by the Panthers, sent up by Morrison. He works it in, and rebound there was picked up by Matt Tobin, but couldn't put it home. Now it's Wren circling. Wren back on the half wall. To the point to Morrissey, back to Wren. in front, back door, and that one just slid home, or slid wide, excuse me. Now Wren back to the top of the circle. Down in low, driven out in front. Now put back down into the corner. It's Tobin. Brownrigg intercepts that one, and now it's in the corner. He gets shoved off the puck. Wren comes in. Tobin back to the point. Shot comes in, blocked in front, and now sent out of the zone up the half wall to Messervy. Messervy will drop that one. Amiro in there as well for the Judges, trying to keep this puck in the offensive zone. Now we're back around up the wall to center, taken away, and a shot goes in, but that's saved by Cool. And we'll get a face-off. 1:17 left to go here in this first frame. Face-off, one to the sidewall by the Panthers, but the Judges gain control. That's Matheson picking the pocket of Smith. And now a backhand, that's quickly whipped on, but Cool able to save that one in front. Chipped to the half wall and just out of the zone. With 55 to go. Now that one's played into the Panthers zone. Ferguson will battle down there in the corner, picked up and sent way down the ice. This one just going to go wide of the net. And that'll go for the icing with 35 to go here in the first frame. So the goal early from Max Halliday, the difference so far in this one. Face-off won by the Judges, and Opong will send a pass out to center. This one gets chipped into the JL bench. So we're going to face off right outside the line with 26 to go. Judges get control off the draw. It's States working through center. He makes a move but can't get by Opong. Now center. This one just out of the reach of a JL forward in front. Opong will gain control. And with 5 seconds on the clock, this one will run out with a last second shot turned aside by Cool. And through the first frame here on High Button Sports, it's 1-0 between the JL Ilsley Judges and the Woodlawn Panthers. The Panthers with the lead. Shots 10-9 in favor of the Panthers. We'll be right back on High Button Sports right after this.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
So we're back on High Button Sports for the second period of play here at the RBC Center in Burnside. Here we go for the second frame. This one's sent cross ice. Opong will pick it up in the defensive zone. Escape turn at the hash marks, and he's away. But this one's taken away by Myra. Myra working in. That shot goes over the net into the corner. And now taken away. Clements working in. He's got a man back door. That's Morris. He tries to slide one across. Takes a tumble and hits heavily into the back wall. He'll make his way to the bench under his own pressure. And a shot comes in from the judges. So we'll keep an eye out for Clements to see if he heads to the room or stays on the bench as Opong works in. Landon Opong. Shot goes in from Seabold, wide of the net. Talk about Landon Opong. If you want to head over to the High Button Sports Instagram and check out the interview that Logan Carruthers did with Landon Opong last week. As the Panthers work this one to center, chipped just wide of the red line on the wrong side, and this one will go back down into the Panthers zone. Amiro wins that. But the Panthers working out. It's Halliday. Halliday will head off the ice. Now it's sent back in. Picked up down low, sent out to the point. But that'll split both defensemen as Wren goes back for it. Plays it back for Law, who leaves it there for Tobin. Cross ice. That one's knocked out of the midair by Messervy. But now Brownrick trying to work in. He'll leave one there in the slot. It's back now onto the stick of Gregor Beach. Now Wren works it back to the defensive zone. Cross ice pass almost intercepted by Amiro, but worked forward by Beach. And he goes down low to Brownrig. Pass right back out front, and McIntosh will have to cover that one up quickly to make the save and keep this a 1-0 lead for the Panthers. Face off, one back, and Provo's got it at the point. That shot goes in, he scores! Remy Gallant rips an absolute laser. Far side, glove side. And the Panthers extend their lead to 2. The Panthers looking to get back on the offense right back after they scored that latest goal sent in offside by the judges, and Ferguson will have time to corral this one. Sent up the wall to Tobin. He takes a bump and sent right back in. Provo on the chase in the corner. He'll pick this one up on the backhand and send it forward up the wall. Provo giving chase down in the corner. This one's worked out to the slot, back to the point. A shot goes in, gloved on by Cool, and that will stop the play, and we'll get a face-off here with 11:48 to go. Shots now 13-11 for the Panthers. So no lack of shots on net here today for the judges. Just not a lot of quality chances in front of Parker Cool. Now Brownrig tried to pick that one up on the half wall. He had that one knocked off his stick Now Messer down low to Myra. Now Brownrigg gets control and sends it cross ice. This one's sent in. McIntosh will bobble, and he'll cover up on the rebound for the faceoff. Smith and States on the draw. Now it's worked up. Here go the judges. Amiro sliding back door, but this one out of his reach. Now, save there from Parker Cool. He'll cover it up. 11:09 to go. And another face-off coming to the left of the Panthers goaltender. Amiro and Clements on the draw. Nice to see Clements back out on the ice after tumbling hard into the end wall there on that rush earlier in the period. Now the pass is sent cross ice to Halliday. He'll work his way in, drag to the middle. A chance in. He puts this one off the shoulder, just over the net. What a move there from Max Halliday. And what would have been a goal of the year candidate. Clements working in on the draw against Brady Slade. One by Clements, sent cross ice. This one's knocked off the stick of Tobin. As Matheson gets bumped into the linesman, the judges will go on the chase. Matheson in the corner. He'll watch as this one gets put up the wall to Halliday. Halliday tried to work through a couple of bodies. That's never the best move. And kept in at the line. On the half wall, it's sent cross ice to Halliday. He'll try and work his way to center. Shot goes in. This one's high over the net. And out of play. 10-11 to go here in the second frame. A 2-0 lead for the Woodlawn Panthers, thanks to Max Halliday and Remy Gallant. Face off, one by the judges, sent back around the back wall. Start a breakout here, sent in front. Now up through center to Matheson. It's off his stick. Into the corner. Hammered right up the wall. Off the stick of Myra. And he can't control that one. Now sent back in by Slade. Matheson on the forecheck. Will chip it back to him. Slade to the point. Shot goes in. That's turned aside by Cool. Now Wren. Out to Brownrigg. It's chipped out of his reach. And over to Jasper Brown. He'll work in, and he's unable to let that one fly as it's offside at the line. So another face-off coming. Definitely lots more whistles here in this second frame than we had in the first. Power and States on the draw. That's one and sent in by the judges. Now sent to the wall. This one's covered up on a shot along the ice by Cool, and another face-off will ensue down in the Panthers zone. Now a shot off a leg is turned back by Gallant, trying to work this one up the center. Gallant will pick it back up and ship this one into the zone. Power tries to center that one in front. Now Tobin on it. Taken away by States on the half wall and chipped up into the feet of Provo, but it gets by him and sent back down in by Gallant. Now a high floater is sent down the ice. Picked up by Ferguson, sent right up the wall. Tobin off his skate. His power sends it off the wall and into the Judges' zone. They'll work it back up to center. Shot goes in, and that's gloved on by Cool. One of his 13 saves, 14 saves on the night now. So face-off will come to the right of the Panthers goal center. Amiro and Clements on the draw. Clements will win this one back into the corner. Siebold works it up the wall. Onto the stick of Halliday. He works through center, makes a nice move. Halliday shot, scores! Second of the night for Max Halliday. Makes a move at the line, rips one far side, and it's 3-0 Panthers. Face off won by the Panthers. It's Clements working in. He'll make a move, poked off his stick into the corner. Back to the point. Siebold trying to hit a man in the slot. That was Morrissey, but it's knocked off his stick, picked up by the Judges. Brought to the blue line, worked in. And picked up behind the net. Sent out front, covered up by Cool, and he'll stop this one. 7:33 to go here in the second period. Face-off won by the Panthers, chipped up the wall, but kept in by the Judges and slung back into the corner. Now Law puts one cross ice, and now great breakout pass there on the stick of Power. He'll work it up down the far side. That one's bobbled by McIntosh, but he'll gain control of the rebound and cover up. Face-off will come to the right of the Judges' goaltender. Poked back to the point. A shot goes in. That one's over the net. Now work back to the point. Sent back into the corner. Cycled back in for Smith. Smith is met there by a couple of Judges defensemen. It's sent back in and off the stick. A rebound, they score. Oh, a big reaction from the Panthers bench as Isaac Mahoney puts that one into the back of the net. And guess what? It's 4-0. Face-off won by the Panthers. Once again, they'll send one cross ice. Pass into center to Smith. They'll work in. Shot goes wide of the net. Now a pass out to center. This one unable to hit the stick of Leo Matheson. And both teams will play pitch and catch here on the half wall until Beckett Power works it in to the Judges' zone, but only momentarily. Provo with the hit. Coming back down is Finney. He'll shoot that one up into the netting. And a whistle coming. 17-15 the shots now. So the Judges still keeping things close, but a 4-0 lead for the Panthers. Face off one, and it's picked up by Ferguson, sent around the half wall, and this one just gets to the line, and States will put it back in. Ferguson missed that one off the stick of States at the side of the net. Now it's back out to center. Wren working out with it, but that one's poked off his stick. Sent cross ice for Provo, and he'll send one up the wall. Now Beach on the half wall with it. He'll backhand one down for Wren, and Wren will leave it there for Brownrigg. Brownrigg behind the net now. Back to Wren. Wren back to Ferguson at the point. He'll rip one on, blocked in front. And now Matheson's got a lane with Finney back door. He bobbles that one, gets a shot to go off the stick and into the corner behind the net. And Provo will send one around the end wall and down the ice. Linesmen say no icing. And the Panthers trying to keep this one onside, but picked up by States. He was speeding down that near side, but now it's Opong. Landon Opong working in. Slides one to center. This one just wide of the net. Opong picks it back up, tried to send one back in front. And now his shot goes in. Fluttering shot, early whistle. And that one will dribble wide of the cage. 4:34 to go here in this second period. And the Panthers inches away from making it 5-0. Face off, won by Woodlawn. Shot from Gallant goes in. Man, he's got a rocket. Now the rebound is turned aside by McIntosh. Now the face-off back to the right of McIntosh is won by the judges and sent down the ice. Amiro, his shot turned aside. He'll get his own rebound and score. Isaac Amiro able to put the puck in the back of the net for the judges and get them on the board. It's 4-1. Now in his own end, Amiro picks it back up right after scoring that last goal. Sends one to the half wall, just taken away. And now Clements works in with it. He's got possession and space working to the middle. That one taken away. Now back in Panthers possession. Clements again to the point. Drops it for Seabold. He'll send a shot through. Bobbled and turned aside. But McIntosh making two great saves in front. Now Opong tries to pinch in and corral that one. He couldn't. That's out to center. Amiro will send it in. The judges offside. They'll have to touch up as they make a wholesale line change. And now a long pass out off the stick of Morrissey will get played back out to the line. And no further. A big hit by Clements as they walk in. Blocker save by McIntosh. Now Tobin. And Opong works in. He gets hauled down, and the Panthers bench will cheer pretty loud for that one. They'll get a power play coming up. As Lincoln Smith will head off to the box for two or less. The judges back on the power play for the second time tonight. Or the Panthers, excuse me. Off the face-off, it's sent down the ice. Sent in deep by the judges. It'll be left there is Cool trying to be a part of the breakout here. Picked up by Slade. He'll work it in. He's got a man back door. Slade walks in. Shot. Saved by Cool. Siebel will play it around the net. Gallant picks it up and lays it back down in as he gets bumped by Slade. Panthers trying to work it up the end wall. Gallant will play it back for Siebold. Siebold back up to Gallant. His pass cross ice into the shin pads of Slade. Back to Siebold. Siebold up. Now for Wren. He's working in. Stops up. Finds a man in the corner. That'll be Tobin. He'll drop it around for Gallant now. Gallant running in with the referee in the corner. He'll pick this one up. Walking it back to Wren. Wren shot in front, tipped. And that one goes to the other side of the net. Now in the corner on the stick of a judge's defenseman and sent down the ice. 30 to go here on this man advantage for the Panthers. Beach. They'll lose possession of that one and send it back in or up the wall. It's knocked away by Matheson and sent right back in to Parker Cool. Once again, he'll start the breakout behind his own net. Beach will travel back the opposite way, leaving it for Halliday. He's got two today already. The Panthers' top scorer in this one. Now a shot comes in. That one's knocked aside by McIntosh. Now worked in front. Backhander. That one's turned aside by McIntosh as well, and he'll gain the rebound and get control with 44 to go here in this second frame. Face-off won by the Panthers, and they'll gain control with Clements working back to the point. Shot goes off the blocker, knocked to the side of the net. Now Opong with 20 to go will work his way in. Opong, toe drag, shot. That one just wide of the net. This will work its way all the way back down the ice. 10 to go. It's sent up the wall. Amiro now sends a shot in. It's off the skate in front of Messervy. Now Amiro will send it one to the net off the side, and that'll do it. Couple of extracurricular shots down low, and Halliday will get one out of that for sure. Players will make their way back to the benches and back to the dressing room as we head to intermission here on High Button Sports. Thank you for tuning in here through two periods. The Woodlawn Panthers lead the JL Ilsley Judges 4-1 from the RBC Center in Burnside. My name's Dayton Camo saying stick with us. We'll be right back after this.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cast. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple. Tonight's stream is brought to you by John Ross & Sons, Atlantic Canada's scrap metal pros. Cleaning out the garage, job site, or shop, turn your steel, copper, and aluminum into cash. Drop off at their HRM locations or book a convenient bin for bigger hauls. Family-owned, environmentally responsible recycling that keeps our community clean and jobs local. Visit jrsons.ca and tell them High Button Sports sent you. John Ross & Sons, scrap metal made simple.
Well, 20 miles, 20 smiles here on High Button Sports. It's the last frame of action between the Woodlawn Panthers and the JL Ilsley Judges here from the RBC Center in Dartmouth. My name's Dayton Camo saying welcome in for the third period. We're just about underway. Face-off is won by the Judges and sent up the half wall. Kingston States will send one cross ice. A shot goes in. Quick glove save from Cool. And a face-off will come to the right of the Panthers goaltender. Face-off one by the Panthers. Opong sends one up the half wall. Cross ice. Brownrigg tried to make a move. Working in. He couldn't get that to go. Now Beach down low. Drops it back in the corner. No one there. And Messerville will pick one up. Working it behind the net. Chips one up the half wall and doesn't get by Opong. He'll send one cross ice. Nice set of mitts on Opong. Doesn't really miss many passes. There's a huge hit there. It comes in on Jacob Brownrigg. Now Stakes works up. Far side. He'll shoot off the pad. And this one's into the corner. Now to the line. Worked up for Opong, but he was unaware. Now a chance away for the Judges. They're working in 2-on-1. States throws one cross ice, and this one's out of the reach of anybody on the back door. Now worked back into the Panther zone. Cool comes out to stop it, and Tobin plays one up the wall to the line. Just gets out and sent right back in. Cool coming out to stop it. He's been the third defenseman all night for the Panthers, playing pucks up on the regroups and breakouts, allowing the defenseman not having to spend too much time in the defensive zone as the shot goes in and wide of the net back into the corner. Law battling down there. And now it gets back to the point, sent back in. And now it's out to the slot. Amiro fans on that one. He's got the Judges' goal from earlier in the second frame. Now a battle along the wall. Shot goes in. Tipped in front. It's still loose sitting in front of Cool, but he'll squeeze the legs together and keep this one out, keeping this a 4-1 hockey game. So 17:40 to go here in the third period. The Judges still down by 3, but have now taken the lead in the shot department. Like I said, no lack of pucks on goal tonight for the Judges. Just not a lot of quality chances, and maybe a hot goaltender down at the other end in Parker Cool. Now Amiro sends one in front for Slade. He can't get a stick on that one. Back to the point. Now Slade working in down low. He's going to rip one in front, but it's picked up by Gallant and sent the other way. Gallant gets bumped. And out of center, a shot goes in, turned aside by McIntosh. Back to the point, Ferguson. He'll rip one on, turned aside by McIntosh, and we'll get a face-off coming to the left of the Judges' goaltender here with 17:09 to go in the third period. Face-off comes in. It's one back by the Judges. A chance in front, and a bobbled puck gets cleared to the side of the net, but Gallant on the rebound. Power was lurking in, trying to put one home, and this one sent back around the end wall. Tobin. Now Power. Tried to cycle that one, gets caught in the feet of the referee. Now a chance out front. That one off the stick of Power as Provo will send one down in. Tobin. He's met there by a couple of Judges and sends it back up the half wall. Gallant has that one roll off his stick. It's sent to the blue line and out. Now Isaac Amiro working in. Has this one jump off the toe of his stick. He'll chip it down into the corner. Picked up by Slade. Slade is pinched off by Ferguson down low. Worked out, and he'll re-grab that loose puck and send it right back in. Myra gets knocked down from behind by Provo. Provo laying a couple of big bumps here tonight in this one. Hand pass will be touched up at center, and we'll get a face-off. Linesmen are saying it'll be right here at the judges' blue line. Fans were pointing all the way down, wanted that face-off all the way down in the judges' zone. They won't get that as Clements will work in here on the draw against States. Clements wins that one, but it's in possession of the judges. Mitchell grabs possession, sends it around the back of the net. Right now Matheson on the half wall. He'll chip that one, doesn't get out. Now a puck for Clements in the slot. He rips it over the net. Now cycled back down low. Halliday tumbled on that one. Halliday's got two. He's on hat trick watch here this afternoon. Now Halliday works in. Has Opong at the point, but he fires one on, and there it is. We'll see if it went off. Anybody in front? But there he goes, counting 1, 2, 3. So no, it didn't. That's a clear goal for Max Halliday. And a 5-1 lead, thanks to a hat-trick goal for Max Halliday. And the face-off will be won back by the Panthers. Opong will send one cross ice. Oh my, what a pass by Opong. This guy makes high-level passes, high-level plays out there every time he's on the ice. Now Wren will send one into the corner. Picked up by Beach. To Wren at the slot. Sends one backdoor looking for Smith. Just couldn't get that to go. Now up the wall. Brown will send one deep. Opong on the chase. He's battling down in there. Beach comes in to help out. A couple from each team in there. Here the referee saying the puck is loose, so we'll move that battle along the half-boards now into the corner as Slade tried to send one back to the point. It gets to the point finally, sent back in by Matheson. Now on the half wall, Opong trying to make a move. He runs into a couple of judges there, and the judges get the best of that one. Now cross ice. Working in is Slade. He'll fan on that shot. Send it back door. They score on the rebound. So the judges getting back on the board. 5-2 this score now here from the RBC Center. So the official goal call on that one, Matt Petrie from Brady Slade at 13:53. Now sent back in as the judges will regroup. Battle for the puck along the wall, gets out to the slot. A shot goes in, turned aside. Now, this one doesn't get to the net as well. Worked up the half wall. Pass intercepted and sent right back into the corner. Slammed up the wall, just squeaks outside the line. And the Panthers will send it right back in. Sent cross ice by Amiro. Worked up the wall to Gallant. Gallant will send a saucer pass cross ice, worked in. And a shot is turned aside by McIntosh. 12:17 to go here in this third frame. 5-2 thanks to the latest goal by Matt Petrie. Face off won by the Panthers, back to the point, but Clements has it now behind the net. Mitchell sends one to the slot. It's poked ahead, and that one will make its way deep into the Panthers zone. Sent around the wall by Provo, gets to the point, and it's sent right back in. Provo leaves that there for Ferguson. He'll chip it up the wall. Now to neutral ice. Halliday tries to find Gallant on the half wall, spins, throws one to the front of the net. Now Finney picks it up, sends it cross ice. Offside called, and the judges will have to touch up as Ferguson breaks this one out to the half wall. Ferguson trying to chip it to himself, just out of his reach. Now a chance away for Slade, but he elects to dump this one in. As Clements works down, speeding into the judge's zone, he'll tumble there, and this puck just makes its way out. A stretch pass intended there for Leo Matheson out of his reach, and we'll get another face-off. That one just a bit too far, and the face-off will come back down to the left of Michael McIntosh. 11:06 to go. The Panthers now regaining the lead in the shot department, 29-27, as that face-off is won. A shot by Wren goes off the pad of McIntosh. They'll chip right back in. States works up. He's going to turn the Jets on, drive wide, but taken away by Opong down low. Now Wren worked up the wall. He took a little bump, and it's sent right back in as Cool leaves it there for Siebel. Long stretch pass. It's been a theme today in this game for the Panthers. The long cross ice stretch pass on the breakout. It's worked effectively tonight. As Opong strips his man of the puck. Opong works in, shot just wide. Now back into the corner. Morrissey gives chase as it's worked around the wall to Brown. Brown throws one out to center ice. Messervy racing after that one, but Opong clears the danger. Now sent back into the judge's zone. A stretch pass gets to Amiro at center. He'll chip it to the line no further. As Wren, it's a man speeding in. It's Smith. Smith's shot turned aside by McIntosh. And the Panthers will touch up after a high 6. So a face-off will come outside the judge's line. One other game on the network tonight, an I button. The Valley Wildcats up in the city to take on the Halifax Max at the Forum. 7 o'clock on High Button Sports for that one. And check out the High Button social medias all weekend long as the boys are over on the sandbar back in Charlottetown, getting coverage of the Ed McNeil U13 AAA tournament all weekend long. So make sure you tune into High Button Sports as Smith works this one down in the corner. Chance out front. It's turned away. Now it's worked in by Amiro. He's going to be first on that puck, back behind the net. He'll send it to the point. Shot goes wide and hits the end wall. Chipped up to the wall to Matheson, and he'll slam it back in. Now Amira. On the half wall, he bobbles that one, picked up by Smith and sent out of the zone. Maybe a little bit too hard, as that one will go the length of the ice for an icing call. So 8:31 to go in this third frame. And we'll get a face-off down in the Panthers zone, an icing call. A 5-2 lead for the Woodlawn Panthers. So the judges just trying to chip away here. The Panthers win this draw and able to work it up into the offensive zone. A shot from Smith comes in, and that's turned aside by McIntosh. Good save off the rush. Power working in on the draw with States. He wins that one. A shot goes in from Gallant. You remember that goal from Remy Gallant early in the second period. What a rip that guy has. A chance in front, turned aside, but the rebound comes out, dug right out of the pads of McIntosh. Now Halliday. Took a Gallant shot on, and that's turned aside by McIntosh right into the breadbasket. And with 8:02 to go, we'll get another face-off down in the judges' zone. Face-off one by the judges, worked away, and it's Myra. He's going to dump one in, turned aside by Cool, and they'll get the face-off right off the dump in. Face-off, won by the Panthers. Provo will send one around to Ferguson. Tried to chip one off the wall. Doesn't get very far as Myra sends it back in cross ice, and this will be dumped in deep by Ferguson. Mitchell up the wall, and this one's floated high to center. Now working in there was Finney. He had sticks all over him. Unable to really make a play on that one. Now it's up the wall off the stick of Gallant. Halliday working through center. He's going to gain some speed. Taken away, but chipped back to the line. And Mitchell almost gave that one away. It's up the line now for Messervy. He gets bumped from Ferguson, but Messer regains control, plays it to Slade. Now a chance in front. That one's picked up by States. Sent wide, intended for Graham Messervy, but it's picked up by Landon Opong. He'll turn on the Jets, and Opong's going to start the rush. He'll go wide on the back end to the forehand, trying to slip up 5-hole, and he scores. Clip that and add it to the highlight reel. Landon Opong goes coast to coast, and it's 6-2 Panthers. Opong picks this one up behind the net. Little escape turn there, and they'll send this one up to Clements. Clements had that one knocked off his stick. Now sent back into the Panthers zone. Opong will be the recipient of that one. Gaining some space and taking time was Landon Opong on that breakout. He'll play it up to Clements. Clements gets the line and sends it in. Beach will meet Isaac Amiro down there in the corner. Dane Morrissey goes down to pick that one up as well. Now it's sent up the line. Opong first on, it'll send one up into the netting. And that'll get a stoppage of play. 5:25 to go here in this third period. Landon Opong, the latest goal scorer here for the Woodlawn Panthers. A coast-to-coast beauty. Working in on the draw, Slade and Smith. Slade wins that one back, but Smith gets control of it off the draw. He's working in wide. He'll send a shot on, turned aside by McIntosh, and the rebound is turned aside as well. This one gets bumped down the length of the ice. Linesmen say no ice as Finney first to that puck. Smith now. Try to go up the wall. It's into traffic. And now sent back down the ice. This one going to go the length, and that'll get called as an icing. 4:59 to go here in the third. The Panthers starting to really break ahead here in the shots department. Now 38-30. The Judges able to keep it within two, even taking the lead at one point. But the Panthers offense just really showing out here today. Now Wren moving it back in. His shot off a skate in front. It'll go back to the point. Put a chance away for Slade. He's working in. Now sent back up the half wall. Slade will knock this into the offensive zone. Law sends it back around and up the wall to Wren. Wren backhands one up. Now up the wall, sent to the middle, taken away by Wren, and now a chance for Slade. He's got one man to beat, but Wren was there first. Now a shot coming in from the line. That one gloved on by Cool. Once again, he's 30 for 32 on the night. And with 4 minutes to go, face off to the right of the Panthers goaltender. It'll be Kingston State's working in on the draw for the Judges. He'll win that one, but once again, off the draw, the Judges with possession. Ferguson chips it up the wall. Power trying to work that one up out of his feet, but it's sent back into the Panthers zone. Mitchell up through center. This one's going to go 200 feet, and so will we. Back down into the Judges zone for a face-off. 3.5 to go in a game that's been mostly one-sided, but the shots wouldn't tell you that. I think the Judges have ran into a hot goaltender in Parker Cool tonight. And now a chance working down is Matheson. He's got a chance in front to the forehand, and he puts this one high over the net. What a chance in there for Leo Matheson. Now States wins this draw back. Messerby sends a shot on. Knocked in by States, and he scores. Kingston State's little baseball swing to the back of the net. And now it's 6-3. So the Judges staying persistent, not backing away anytime soon. This one will be sent in. Around the net, Messerby picks one up on the far side, but he leaves it there. And away goes Gallant, working down the far side, sends one to center. Morrissey drops, intending that pass for Beach. And now Gallant back around the end wall in front. Beach Tried to get a shot off, couldn't get one in time. And now the judges working out. It's an odd man rush back the other way. States off his skates. He couldn't get control of that one. Now Opong will corral that. Works it up to Gallant. Gallant falls, sends a saucer pass back across the Seabold. They'll play a little bit of safe hockey here. The Panthers will, just gaining control and maintaining possession. But now they're into the offensive zone. Tobin leaves it back for Seabold. Seabold plays it back down the wall. It's into the feet. Tanner Finney taking a couple shots, and now Tobin working in. His shot just wide of the net. Now Gallant down low. He's going to stop up. He's met behind the net by 3 judges. And now working away with that one was Amiro, but it's off his stick, and Finney will play it back to center. Opong goes down in, gloved by McIntosh, and they'll leave that to go with 1:20 on the clock. Sent up the wall to Amiro. Amiro tried to drop it back for Finney. It's out of his reach and sent back up into the middle of the ice. Now Smith driving in, couldn't get one on the wrap, and now it's back. Eisner, his shot blockered away to center, taken away by Clements, and now a cross ice pass for Eisner. Worked up, sent deep, and McIntosh comes out to stop it. Now to the line, this one skips over the stick of Matt Ferguson with 25 to go. Sent back into the corner by the judges. One last chance to get one more on the board as Slade works in. His shot goes over the net. 5 to go. And that will do it. The Woodlawn Panthers victorious here today over the JL Ilsley judges by a score of 6-3 from the RBC Center in Dartmouth. Like I said, some more action on High Button Sports tonight, 7 o'clock. So in just 7 minutes' time, the Beige Valley Wildcats walk into the Forum and try and take down the Halifax Max. But here from the RBC Center, a 6-3 final for the Woodlawn Panthers over the JL Ilsley judges. My name's Dayton Camo for High Button Sports. Wishing everyone a safe and happy rest of the week. We'll see you on the weekend.